FM News Talk 97.1.
On demand audio. Allman in the morning. Common Sense Radio.
Good morning, you bunch of drunks.
Hey, Republicans, welcome to the show.
Hey, Don, welcome to the show, my friend. What's up?
How you doing, Jamie?
Doing great. What's going on?
Hey, years ago, we used to see these signs in business windows. We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if this bakery in Colorado may have had a sign up like that, or are these signs an actual law?
No, you don't need a sign. You can refuse service to anybody you want to. They just put it up there to prevent the conflict. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. I was just wondering if these signs are an actual law, or are they just a business personal choice to hang in a window?
I think they're personal choices. I mean, I think, Don, I think what happens is like a bar says we have the right to refuse service to anybody, and they do that so that the guy who's sitting there drinking knows that if he gets drunk or belligerent, or they see him as too drunk, they just simply reserve that right and make sure everybody kind of knows that this is the deal. But a lot of it's just simply a courtesy to the annoying person that they're going to – they have the right to refuse service to anybody. And if they don't like you, they don't like you. I mean, really, you walk into a bar can say, we're not going to serve people with red ties, bottom line. You wear a red tie in here, I'm not going to give you – and they can do that. Now, you keep in mind, I mean, you obviously have a situation where once you get into the whole race deal, that becomes another story. But, companies have the right to choose who their customers are. That's the way it kind of is. And if you don't like, who that kind of company and that kind of vibe, then you don't go there. That's kind of the way it all ought to work. All right. You see this Joe Crowley. This is a sickness. This guy is a congressman in New York. And he's talking about the whole tax increases on the rich and the necessity thereof. Listen to this guy.
To be a millionaire in this country, the greatest country the world has ever known, it's a privilege to live in this country, and I think most people get that. The only countries that rival us in wealth creation are dictatorships. And unfortunately, in those countries, you have to pick the right side. Here, it doesn't matter. You can be green, purple, red or blue, Democrat or Republican. You work hard, you get ahead, you make a living, and you contribute back to this country, make it a better country.
Where does that come from? I mean, he was like right on about everything, about how great the country is, about how you can achieve anything you want to in this country. But the whole idea of somehow you owe then the government a portion of your income as payment for the privilege of living here? What's this guy talking about? These are the kinds of ill individuals we have out there who are pushing for the increase in taxes and the increase in regulation and the increase in government power. A guy like that is not only sick, he's dangerous. By the way, speaking of taxes, Damon said, the Republicans are not talking about this Clinton thing. Hey, listen, we're not the ones who brought Clinton up in the first place. Let's go to 13, shall we? Yes, let's do that.
What we then do is ask for the wealthy to pay a little bit more. And by the way, we've tried that before. A guy named Bill Clinton did it. We created 23 million new jobs. Turned the deficit into
Excuse me, Pippi, but you know what? That's wrong, first of all, to compare your administration and your plan to Clinton's plan here. Because Bill Clinton was existing and his taxation was existing in an environment where there was not nearly the competition, not nearly the spending, and there was a huge amount of wealth in this country thanks to the tech boom, and he was cutting defense. So there's no comparison whatsoever. But they're going to try to make that comparison because, after all, Obama now has trotted out Bill Clinton, and they're going to be highlighting him at the Democratic National Convention. Brit Hume sees through it, though.
The convention role being given Bill Clinton is proof that President Obama is in deep trouble, and he and his political handlers know it.
Yes. And they also know that Bill Clinton is an egomaniac and that he'll whore himself out to any entity that will give him the spotlight and make him into something that, well, he isn't, which is an icon. But the Democratic Party and its convention is going to make him an icon, and he's more than happy to comply. even though obviously it's a cynical attempt on the Obama administration's part to act as if he's a centrist, just like Clinton is. Krauthammer says he thinks that the Clinton appearance is going to actually backfire.
Clinton is not at all like Obama. Clinton's the guy who abolished welfare. He's the guy also who declared the big government is over. Obama lives by a creed that if you built it, it wasn't you, it was the government. It's completely different, and I think it's the difference between a center-right Democrat, center-left Democrat, and a man of the left, and I think it's going to be highlighted.
It will be. We hope it will be. But will it really be highlighted? I mean, be highlighted by Krauthammer and by me and other people who can see through this all. But will the media really highlight that, or will it just simply morph Clinton into Obama and Obama into Clinton and make it all one? I mean, after all, the liberal media has an agenda, and usually it's designed to elect Democrats, right? So I'm not quite sure it'll backfire the way Hammer thinks it will. I mean, it'll highlight it for us, but I'm not quite sure it'll highlight it for the masses that are going to pull the lever for Obama no matter what. It's Common Sense Radio.